Director of Policy and Campaigns at Dignity and Power Now, which is based in Los Angeles. We're actually fighting incarceration, period, and criminalization, period. Systems of state punishment, systems of state control in the form of supervision. If we can replace those systems with comprehensive community-based systems of care, then there's a huge public safety benefit, there's a huge generational benefit. So our approach is that when you force anyone to scrutinize efforts like expanding electronic monitoring, privatizing electronic monitoring, privatizing surveillance, expanding surveillance, implementing algorithms in space where it should be a holistic care-based approach around assessing a person's needs, it's not only is it faulty, but it actually sets us back. And the idea that somehow that's an answer to structural racism when it's based on the same data that informs structural racism is going to re-perpetuate the problem. And so one story about EM is just a few years ago when I was helping get the campaign off the ground in Philadelphia for Close the Creek. I was just doing research and I read the outgoing city controller's report. And the first 4 pages of that report talked about the importance of lessening mass incarceration and thinking about different kinds of solutions, and that putting people in cages was not going to be the answer. It was all very exciting and very encouraging. And then I get to page 5, and when they put forth the solutions, and it was all electronic monitoring and risk assessments and things like that. In the case of Philadelphia, we decided we were going to launch a campaign that had very explicit demands about closing the jail that we aimed to close, but also not letting that be an excuse to expand surveillance or to expand electronic monitoring. And part of what allowed for some success there was how faulty EM is. Well, we had a bunch of people in our constellation of folks who were like, I was just home having dinner with my family and my ankle monitor went off and then I got sent to jail. We agree that Philadelphia over-incarcerates. Where we don't agree is that we have to do something differently. Sometimes the answer is replacing something with nothing. As long as you're trying to tell us that a failed model is something we should stay investing in, there's no conversation to have other than the answer being no.